Thank you, Madam Deputy President. I wasn't expecting to speak tonight, but I do appreciate the opportunity to do so, and do so about a couple of phone calls I've been getting recently in relation to Crown Lands licence agreements. Now, these are paid by users of Crown Lands, and in some situations I can see this totally appropriate. Clubs with season-long leases on sporting grounds, waterfront landowners, I understand, with pontoons and jetties and boat ramps extending onto Crown Land. There's probably a pretty good argument to mount that a fee should come with this. But the phone calls I've been getting are in relation to showground users. And this started with a show society and in a community that I'm very fond of. They are one of several users of this local showground. And we see this in many communities around regional New South Wales. You've got the show society themselves, campdraft, pony club, dog clubs, team penning, scouts, schools use them for the cross-country events, car meets, swap meets, show jumping. An array of different community groups use these community assets. Community groups that are important to our communities. They foster spirit in our regional communities. They provide critical social outlets and connectivity. Yet these non-for-profits are being asked to put their hands into their pocket again to access these grounds. Now, access these grounds that they've been using for more than 100 years in many cases, and grounds that they have put a great deal of blood, sweat and tears and their hard-earned cash into improving through infrastructure and different facilities on those grounds. Last week, in the inquiry into access restrictions on public lands, the parliamentary inquiry, we heard from Narrandera Shire Council, who have had to pay this fee to access Crown lands to do improvement on those Crown lands on behalf of the Crown. Now, that just seems utterly insane. From what I understand, this fee is to cover the cost of Crown lands. Obviously, people paying this fee are wondering what they get in return. From what I can work out, it seems to cover the cost of Crown lands to audit parcels of this estate, resolving disputes and helping users navigate their way through the Crown Land Management Act. This all seems incredibly internal. Asking someone to pay a fee to help them navigate rules that they've already set seems to be an unproductive use of community money. So what I've picked up from this early on, I can fully understand why community groups who have been asked to pay this fee are brimming with frustration. Fee to grounds they have been using for more than a century, with assets paid for by money raised through sausage sizzles and cake drives. Made more frustrating when you looked at many of these grounds have several users on it in regional communities. I listed some of them before. But, you know, they might have 6, 8 or 10 users. They all have to pay. Perhaps that is subsidising other areas where maybe one regular user exists and they have to manage disputes and issues not experienced in regional areas. This seems like an incredibly unfair tax on regional communities and the community groups that make up the heart of these communities. Madam Deputy President, as we head into the long weekend, I just want to, of course, give a massive shout out to people that will be heading to regional New South Wales for what is a great opportunity to visit this part of the state. One of the reasons I know people will be travelling are sporting carnivals, kids sporting carnivals in particular. Orange holds the under-13 rugby championships. A similar event is being held in Dubbo. These bring thousands of people into our regional communities to go out there and play sport. They stay in motels, they visit our restaurants and bars, and they're a great asset, a great draw card to bring people to regional New South Wales. The added benefit of that is they then go home and say what a wonderful place Orange or Dubbo or Kempsey or Tamworth is. They bring those reports back to their friends and family in metro areas that then brings more success into those areas. So I urge government to think about this. People love travelling to regional areas and they want to come back and tell good stories. They want to tell good stories about good roads, good facilities and good communities. We'll look after the good communities if you can help us with the roads and facility, starting of course with the Great Western Highway, which we need up and running as soon as possible.
The Honourable Rod Roberts.